video, I am going to prove to you that evolution is a lie. I'm about ready to present you with some hardcore facts disproving evolution.
Evolution teaches that energy, such as lightning or heat, plus matter, can occasionally create new life. Yet our entire food industry rests on the fact that this can never happen. If we examine a jar of peanut butter, it contains matter and is exposed to light and heat. But we never find new life inside unless an outside life contaminates it.
If the theory of evolution was viable, then I should, occasionally, by subjecting this to energy, end up having new life.
Well, I'm convinced. Checkmate, atheists. Peanut butter 1, scientist 0. Evolution is a lie. Peanut butter. This is the proof. You hear that, science? You ain't got nothing on the almighty power of peanut butter.
Now, I just love how atheists quickly dismiss stuff. And she's not even really using logic here. I find this amusing that here we have an argument against evolution, and all we have are clever anecdotes to counter it. I think this is a valid point here, and I'll get into it later. Let's watch a little more of this and see where it goes.
Maybe peanut butter is God, and I've been eating it this whole time. I'm sorry.
We go down to the store, and if I open this jar of peanut butter, maybe not often, but on some occasion, I should find new life inside.
Evolution is a slow process. It occurs over a long period of time, like millions of years. Not a couple of weeks on the shelf in a grocery store. There are certain key elements that need to be present in order to create life, and not only do they need to be present, they need to be present in the right quantities, and I don't really think you're going to find that in a jar of peanut butter, and oh my god, do I really have to explain this?
Now here's the major fallacy here, that evolution takes millions of years. Okay, well, granted, if you want to make a human, if you want to make a dog, a cat, a monkey, evolution takes millions of years.
I mean, what does he expect? A full animal to hop out of a jar? Or is he just going to stick his hand in there? And holy shit, it actually works!
But he's not saying that. He's saying what he's driving at is that the first part of evolution should be noticeable in a jar of peanut butter. And that should take a very short amount of time. We're not trying to make a man, we're not trying to make a dog. We're just trying to see if anything, a single-celled organism of any kind, would grow in a new environment such as a jar of peanut butter. And that's all we're doing. And that should take a relatively short amount of time. It won't take millions of years. And the choosing the peanut butter, I guess, would be a valid thing to do, because peanut butter lasts a long time on the shelf. You might want to water it down, but this is a testable. This would be a testable scientific theory, and I'm sure scientists have done this. We already have half the work done here. We have proteins that have already been assembled, and now these proteins should be able to just group together and create new life, even if it's just single-celled life. But this doesn't happen.
And we never encounter new life. In fact, the entire food industry of the world depends on the fact that evolution doesn't happen.
I wanted so badly for this to be a troll video, so badly, but it's just not. I mean, it doesn't take a genius to figure this stuff out. And I can't believe that he didn't even consider the fact that, companies try to keep these things sealed so that they're not contaminated, so they can sell them for people to eat. They don't want life to be in there. It's kind of been engineered so that that doesn't happen.
This should happen in almost any medium. If when I die and I get buried in a sealed coffin, which is the norm now, to totally seal things off from outside forces, like contamination, then I should break down And new life should be growing from the proteins in my body. I have all the chemicals necessary for this, but it doesn't happen. I break down into basic components. And this is why this is a good argument against evolution. Things that are not living break down. They don't create new life. And that's what this person is trying to demonstrate here.
You open the jar of peanut butter, you look in there, there's no new life.
But I mean, he's looking in the jar like, I wonder what's in there. And by the way, new life would start off cellular. I mean, in the beginning of the clip, they showed a microscopic image, and then later they show him just looking into the peanut butter jar like he would see something if it were there, because apparently now he's developed some kind of microscopic vision powers.
We could demonstrate this very easily. If we were to take a batch of the simple cells that were first here on Earth, the simplest that we can find, if we were to take some of this basic single-celled life and throw it into a blender and make sure that every cell has been damaged beyond the point of repair, I should be able to put that medium in a container, provide a little energy, and it should reorganize itself back into that simple celled organism. But it doesn't do that.
The probability of a protein of the sort of size that you find in the human body coming about by chance is so great as to be virtually impossible. It's something which is, yes, it is possible if you have eternity at your disposal, but Darwinists just don't have eternity at their disposal.
Information theory scientist Hubert Yockey calculated, and MIT biologist Robert Sauer confirmed, that the probability that a protein containing just 100 amino acids would form spontaneously is less than 1 chance in 10 to the 65th power. An event so improbable that it could be compared to winning the state lottery by finding the winning ticket in the street, and then continuing to find the winning ticket in the street every week for 1,000 years.
The origin of the very first animal life out of ordinary complex chemicals is so large that no evolutionist has ever been able to overcome it, and it is one of the biggest barriers to the theory of evolution that I know.
Even if proteins miraculously formed, we still are not close to producing life. The simplest living cells require thousands of specialized proteins in order to function.
A number of scientists have tried to calculate the probability of life arising by chance. Sir Fred Hoyle, a British mathematician, using a supercomputer and the assistance of graduate students, estimated only the origin of the proteins of an amoeba, 2,000 of them, arising by chance. He estimated that the probability that the proteins of an amoeba could arise by chance is 1 chance in 10 to the 40,000th power.
A probability of 1 chance in 10 to the 40,000th power is absurdly small. To illustrate this, consider the probability of snatching a particular atom out of the entire universe is 1 chance in 10 to the 80th power. After making this calculation, British mathematician Sir Frederick Hoyle stated, "The likelihood of the formation of life from inanimate matter is 1 to a number with 40,000 noughts after it."
And that's the point being made here. And this is how an atheist deals with the problem, by mockery and taking everything out of context.